Today on Judge Fave, a major mistake on a chest tattoo lands a New York City tattoo artist and his unhappy client in court.
The Monopoly says go and the arrow, and it's supposed to say collect 200 as you pass. It says Olat Salary Pass. He curved me for 2 weeks. Call him. Like, you didn't get my message?
I had people coming to me saying, oh, this person's talking about you. I know I'm a respectable artist. I do my work good, clean. I have no other complaints from any other clients.
Did you give him anything in terms of a drawing, art, anything, and say, this is what I want?
And later, a cast member from Black Ink is called to testify about the messed up tattoo.
I'm gonna call you by your government name because I just heard that you have another name that I can't call you.
Faith Jenkins. Her distinguished legal career began when she graduated first in her law school class. She quickly became a tough New York City prosecutor and then a preeminent legal analyst on cable news. And now she's the judge in her own courtroom. Her cases are real and her rulings are final. She is Judge Faith. Plaintiff Jaylen Monique says a defendant was distracted while tattooing him and did subpar work. He's suing for a refund for an unfinished tattoo, cost to finish the tattoo, and pain and suffering. Defendant Dennis Montano says he doesn't know because Jaylen was impatient with the tattooing process and then wouldn't let him finish the work. He's countersuing for defamation of character.
All rise. Court is in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Please be seated. Your Honor, the litigants have been sworn in. This is the case of Monique versus Montano.
Thank you, Juan. Jaylen Monique?
Yes, Your Honor.
You are suing the defendant, Dennis Montano?
Yes, Your Honor.
For $2,500. $600 of that is for a refund for a tattoo.
Yes,
the
Your Honor.
defendant started on you, $1,200 to fix and finish the tattoo, and $700 in pain and suffering.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you're countersuing, sir, for $3,000 for defamation of character.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so you are a tattoo artist.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's what you do for a living?
Yes, Your Honor.
How long have you been doing that?
8 years.
8 years. Where are you based?
New York City.
In New York? Okay. And you were a client of the defendant's.
Yes.
Tell me how you found out about his work and why you hired him.
The reason why I hired him was because my friend, my ex-friend, referred me to him, and I worked 2 jobs.
You work what?
2 jobs.
2 jobs?
Yeah, so he do like late night sessions at his house. So I was like, all right, it's convenient for me to have him do it.
So you saw his work through a friend of yours
Yes.
who had gone to him, and then his schedule, he would accommodate you with his schedule.
Yes.
Okay, so what was the agreement? What were you looking to have done?
I told him I just wanted like a whole bunch of money stuff because I'm really big on money. So I just told him like money bags, a stack of money, you know, stuff like
Where,
that.
on your chest?
Yeah, on my chest, yeah.
Okay, and what was the reason you wanted this particularly on your chest?
What was the reason? I mean, I always wanted, because I had chest surgery, so I had it planned out since I was young.
What do you mean you had it planned out since you were young?
Well, as you guys know, that I'm a transgender, so I always wanted to get top surgery, which I did it last year, February 28th. And after, when I had my surgery, when I heal up, I always wanted to get it tattooed up just to cover my scars.
Okay, so you had the surgery.
Yes.
To remove your breasts,
Yes.
basically. And there were scars left over from that surgery?
Yes.
And you wanted these tattoos to cover those scars?
Yes.
Okay, and that's why you wanted it on that particular area of your
Yes.
body. Did you tell that to the defendant?
Yes.
Did you give him anything in terms of a drawing, art, anything, and say, this is what I want? You just talked money. I just want money on there.
Yeah, I just told him I just want money bags and just dollar signs. So.
Okay, so he comes to you.
Yes.
And has this conversation with you about, have you ever done this before?
Chest tattoo, I've covered plenty of keloid scars throughout my career.
Do you have photos, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, can I see the photos? Okay, Mr. Monique, you submitted this photo to the court. Now, is that all of the defendant's work? Did you have any chest tattoos prior to going to the defendant for work?
You see behind, like in the middle piece?
You can walk over to the screen.
Yeah, I had a previous tattoo right here where it says love.
Okay, everything else is what he did.
Yeah, Boss, Bill, this wasn't gonna be there. The money bag, the extra money bag, and the stack of money was supposed to go right there. So he had everything mapped out.
Okay, thank you. How long did it take you to do this work?
The first session we did 5 hours and I only charged her for 3 hours.
Okay, and what about the second session?
Second session we did 4 hours, I still charged her for 3 hours.
Is any particular reason why you were giving him a discount?
Because he was a friend of a friend, and it was basically a hookup. It was like, all right, you're bringing me business.
So there was a hookup?
Yes, it was a hookup.
What is this a photo of?
That is a photo of Bill Boss. He wanted the word Bill Boss across. There's a Monopoly board in the middle that's not finished. There's a safe, 2 dice, the other dice is not added, and money bags on this side.
That's what it was supposed to look like in the end?
No, in the end it's gonna look like, well, it was.
So you did that was a sketch?
No, that right there is actual work.
Okay. So the first photo you showed me didn't have that on there?
That was outline.
It was a sketch. That one is the first session, which he charged me $300.
Okay.
Which it was just that boss on the side.
Okay.
$300.
Is this the amount of work that you did? Did it stop here at this photo? Because you say that the defendant messed up the tattoo.
Yes, he messed up in the middle.
And that he did not finish the tattoo.
Yes.
And you want him to not only refund you money, but you want him to pay to have the tattoo completed.
Yes.
Tell me about those two things.
Coming up, unanswered text messages add more fuel to the fires of frustration.
I kept on asking, when can I come? When can I come?
What's the reason for being so unresponsive?
Your Honor, those are just texts. We had phone conversations plenty of times between those texts and some of those conversations that you read, and she cut some stuff out.
But he's asking you questions in the text messages that you don't respond to.
Plaintiff Jaylen Monique says Dennis made mistakes on his tattoo and then avoided calls to correct them. He's suing for a refund for an unfinished tattoo, cost to finish the tattoo, and pain and suffering. Defendant Dennis Montano says he doesn't know because Jaylen was a difficult client who didn't understand the tattooing process. He's countersuing for defamation of character.
The reason why I want him to pay for me to finish the tattoo, because most tattoo artists, they don't like finishing other people's work. Especially with scars, they don't like touching it. I went to another tattoo artist. He said that he don't want nothing to do with it. In the middle, he messed up.
Why do they not like finishing someone else's work? It's a sign of disrespect?
Yeah, sign of disrespect. But he also messed up in the middle, and
How?
The Monopoly, it says go, and the arrow, and it's supposed to say collect 200 as you pass. It says Olat Salary Pass.
So there's missing a C?
Yes, missing a C.
Is that because he didn't finish the tattoo?
Well, yeah, he ain't finished it, but he knew.
Because you do this in steps because it's a step-by-step process and a procedure because there's a certain level of pain that goes along with it. You need certain areas to heal in order for you to keep going. Am I right, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
So I know that he didn't finish, and I want to find out why. But the fact that that C isn't there, is that something you were planning on doing later
Your
in
Honor,
the future?
there's supposed to be a second dice that's covering that part of the word. So when it's all done and you see the tattoo in the hole, it's the dice over. So you're not gonna see the full collect behind the dice.
No, it wasn't supposed to be on the side because I told you about that. That arrow was looking crooked and everything, so you was like, oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm putting the
What photo
dice
would show
there.
that best, the other one or this one? Because you can't see it on this one.
I have another photo that I actually text him. And
Okay, I have that photo. So you wanted this arrow, like on the Monopoly board,
Yes.
and collect, right? The word collect is supposed to be there.
But the whole collect 200 salary is not supposed to show. That's the point of the dice being there. There's one dice that's there, and then the second
But was
dice.
the agreement that was supposed to be on his chest?
No, the agreement, like he said, was I have free range. I just want money tattooed on me. I selected the Monopoly board. I selected the safe. I selected the money bags.
So was this photo submitted to him? Did you have a specific discussion that you wanted collect? Because none of this is in writing, right? Did you have a specific discussion that collect 200 salary as you pass? Who gave this photo to the other person and had a discussion about it?
He printed it out. So I said, okay, we're gonna have that phrase in the middle.
Is that true?
He didn't say nothing about no dice.
Okay, why wasn't the job finished?
First, well, actually the third session, which he was supposed to finish, I kept on hitting him up. He was like, oh, I'm booked and this and that. So I'm like, okay. I hit him up the next day. I've been hitting up for the past 3 weeks to the point that he curved me for 2 weeks, calling him, Like, you didn't get my message.
He curved you?
Yeah, like...
Meaning he didn't answer your calls for 2 weeks.
I had the pictures I showed you shows I kept on asking, when can I come? When can I come?
Were you not responding to him?
I responded to him plenty of times.
No, you didn't.
Through a process of a chest tattoo,
right
Your Honor, you get 2 days to work on a tattoo back to back. After that, you have 2 weeks to heal.
But
did you tell him that?
I told him that.
3 weeks will pass.
I told him that.
So what about 3 weeks? 3 weeks had gone
3
by.
weeks, I have a tattoo job in a shop. I told him that. We went, we did the work. He got mad. I just pushed it to the side.
Okay, because here's my concern in looking at all these text messages. There's just not a lot of responsiveness from you at all.
Your Honor.
What's the reason for being so unresponsive?
Your Honor, those are just texts. We had phone conversations plenty of times between those texts and some of those conversations that you read, and she cut some stuff out.
But he's asking you questions in the text messages that you don't respond to. Who's your witness?
From Black
What?
Ink. From Black Ink. He's a cast member from Black
Does he
Ink.
have a name?
That's his name.
Yeah, that's it. Well, Richard Duncan, but...
Richard Duncan.
Yeah.
Bring in your witness. I'm gonna call you by your government name because I just heard that you have another name that I can't call you. You are Richard Duncan?
Yes, I am.
You are a tattoo artist for over 10 years and a cast member of VH1's Black Ink?
That's correct.
Okay. Let me hear from you, Mr. Duncan. What are you a witness to in this case?
He told me that he got a tattoo that wasn't going to get finished, and basically all I did was just say how much I would charge to actually continue the tattoo, because it is a bit of a slap in the face for a tattoo artist to finish another artist's work.
Okay.
So if I was to finish it, I would charge $250 an hour.
Okay. How do you know what to finish? Because it doesn't sound like the plaintiff had an end goal in mind. He just wanted dollar signs and money bags. So what was the conversation the two of you had?
Well, as an artist, I already see how he basically constructed it, and he did pretty much what I would do.
Okay.
And all I would basically do is just finish one side and actually add some white highlights.
How many hours do you think it would take you to do that?
Probably about another 4 to 5 hours.
4 to 5 hours. And what do you think about the quality of work? Do the two of you know each other in the industry?
Met.
Yeah.
We've met.
Are you based in New York as well?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So what do you think about the quality of the work he did on this particular case, this particular incident?
I don't think that the work is bad.
Okay.
I think that if it would have actually been finished, the work would have looked good.
Okay. Okay. I appreciate your honesty. Is this who you want to hire to finish the work?
Yes.
And are you willing to do that? Disrespect put aside?
I mean, the money talks. As much as I would not like to disrespect this man's work,
Okay. So if he paid you enough, you disrespect him for $1,000, is what you're saying.
I disrespect my mama if the price is right. If the price is right.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Duncan. I appreciate your testimony.
Thank you.
Coming up on Judge Faith, questions about the unfinished tattoo are answered.
He got mad, and then before he hung up the phone, he was like, oh, find somebody else to finish your tattoo.
Oh, he told you that?
Yeah,
is
he
that
told
true?
me.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
You didn't say that? Okay.
Yes, I did.
And I also have in a text message also that he stated, oh, your money's not good enough for me.
Plaintiff Jaylen Monique says Dennis ignored his requests to fix the tattoo. He's suing for a refund for an unfinished tattoo, cost to finish the tattoo, and pain and suffering. Defendant Dennis Montano says he doesn't know because Jaylen used social media to trash his work. He's countersuing for defamation of character.
What is your counterclaim about? You're suing for $3,000 for defamation of character. What's that about?
Slandering my name. I've had many people come back to me saying,
Slander your name how?
oh, he effed up my tattoo, he's the worst, he's the bad artist, I should have never went to him, all type of stuff like that. I brushed it off, left it alone. I know I'm a respectable artist, I do my work good, clean, I have no other complaints from any other clients.
So it didn't affect your work, is what you're saying?
It didn't affect my work, but I had people coming to me saying, oh, this person's talking about you, like...
Did you slander his name in the community?
No. The reason is that when I was at work, he called my phone, and he was like, oh, that's messed up, that you going to the next person, my coworker, to finish the tattoo. No. He had a 10-hour special for $600. So I asked him if he could do my back with a $100 bill, a $50 bill under it, and a $20 bill under it. I'll do the 10 hours for the $600. And then, since he wasn't responding, I might as well have him finish my work also after he finished my back. Okay. So he got into his feelings and he got mad. And then before he hung up the phone, he was like, "Oh, find somebody else to finish your tattoo." Oh,
he told you that?
Yeah,
Is
he
that
told
true?
me. Yes, yeah.
You did say that? Okay.
Yes, I did.
And I also have in a text message also that he stated, "Oh, your money is not good enough for me." Oh, okay. So you're not gonna finish my tattoo? Okay, so now I'm gonna.
And you were in a hurry because you wanted to get it finished because one of the reasons is you wanted to go to the beach.
Yeah.
You said
it was
you
in
wanted
a
to go to the
hurry,
beach.
but it was just like Maryland. I had to go to Maryland to do something. Miami, I travel a lot, so it's not like I'm in a hurry to go to the beach. You know what I'm saying? It's just the fact that it was just stressing me out because it wasn't finished and he wasn't communicating with me.
Show off the work like you wanted to.
I gotta stunt
all those
beach.
dollar signs.
You know what I mean? Left me hanging like a monkey.
Okay, so and then I have text messages between the two of you where you tell him about going to someone else to get someone else to finish the tattoo, and you say you're done talking about it, you want him to put some respect on your name.
Yeah, put some respect on my name.
In your Birdman voice. That's what you put on
Yep.
the paper.
Yep.
Put some respect on your name.
Coming up, Judge Faith rules. And now, Judge Faith rules.
Here's what we're going to do. Because of the text message evidence that I have here, there was clearly a breakdown in communication. The work in and of itself is fine. I think the work is fine based on the witness that you brought in court today, Mr. Duncan, and also the other tattoo artist that is in the middle of the text conversations. His work is fine. The problem is you didn't finish. I have an issue with the number of communications. You say there was phone communications. Really, these text messages don't indicate that there were phone communications because he would not have been following up with you in the manner that he had. If he had spoken to you on the phone, there would be no need to keep texting you, "Hey, what's going on? Hey, why aren't you responding? Yo, what's up? Can I come tonight? Can I come tomorrow?" That tells me there was no phone communication going on because he would not have repeatedly followed up with you. Perhaps you got busy, but for 3 weeks, he's texting you, trying to get an appointment, trying to come in, and then he gets upset. And that's when things break down and the communication breaks down, and you say at some point, fine, you can go to somebody else to finish the work. So because of that, here's what I'm going to do. Because you had an agreement to complete this tattoo and do the work and you did not, I'm going to order you to pay for the hours that it would take for Mr. Duncan to complete the tattoo. That's a total. You're suing for $2,500. I'm not ordering him to pay pain and suffering. I'm not ordering him to refund you any money for the tattoo because I find that his work was complete. But I am ordering him to, because the two of you obviously aren't going to work together anymore. I find that you're in breach of the contract. You're the one that breached the agreement by basically going ghost on him and curving him, to use his language, like he said.
So
$1,250 judgment for the plaintiff. Your counterclaim is dismissed. Good luck to both of you.
I was stressed that he couldn't finish it. I mean, at least I could get my chest done and start on the beach.
I feel like the judge's ruling went a little left because I did my work. She paid. We made an agreement to pay as we go. We did that. I did what we did for that time. He got mad, tried to go to someone else. Like they said, it's disrespectful to finish someone else's work. So go ahead, go to the next person. I don't want your money no more.
Today on Judge Faith, exes who aren't quite over come to court for one last round of relationship drama.
It was getting too hostile in the house. It got to the point where he was yelling, putting his hands in my face, grabbing my arm.
When my intuition is going to, allow me to pick up on something, I'm gonna investigate it. That's just how I am.
So you're CSI now.
It was arguing because of if I go somewhere without letting you know or hang out with somebody, it was practically any and everything that he could find.
He said he was going to get a haircut, and he stayed gone for an hour and a half.
You know, people going to the barbershop, they don't just get their hair cut. They talk to their boys, they hang out. It's a scene. You've seen Barbershop, the movie.
Faith Jenkins. Her distinguished legal career began when she graduated first in her law school class. She quickly became a tough New York City prosecutor. and then a preeminent legal analyst on cable news. And now she's the judge in her own courtroom. Her cases are real, and her rulings are final. She is Judge Faith. Plaintiff Richard Gordon says his ex-lover moved out without paying rent and stole his belongings. He's suing for unpaid rent, utilities, medical bills, loss of property, and related fees. Defendant LaDonte Johnson says he owes nothing because Richard is obsessed with him and damaged his property. He's countersuing for harassment and lost wages.
All rise. Court is in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Please be seated. Your Honor, the litigants have been sworn in. This is a case of Gordon versus Johnson.
Thank you, Juan. Richard Gordon.
Yes.
You are suing the defendant LaDonte Johnson?
Yes.
For $5,000 you say he owes you.
Yes, that's correct.
And you have listed about 10 different items you say he owes you for.
Yes, that's right.
Rent, utilities, a hospital bill, for injuries you say you incurred as a result of the defendant allegedly assaulting you and
Yes.
fracturing your jaw.
Yes.
You want him to pay you for a bed, $1,200 for loss of property, a loan, financial hardship, and bank fees.
Yes, that's correct.
You are countersuing for $4,000.
Yes.
You say the plaintiff owes you for loss of wages, $1,800, over harassment in the amount of $1,685.69.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm glad you were able to quantify that number for me. In addition to a utility bill you say he owes you for, $494. All right, let's get started. What's going on here? How do the two of you know each other?
All right, in 2014, we met through a mutual friend, and we were friends in the beginning. 6 months down the line, it became serious. We started a relationship.
And you eventually moved in together?
Yes, in my apartment.
How long did you know each other before you moved in together?
It was over 6 months.
6 months?
Yes.
And where were you living before you moved into his apartment?
We both were with the mutual friend. We
You
were
were
both
both
staying
where?
with the mutual friend.
Staying with the mutual friend?
Yes.
So when you got the apartment, did you get it together?
Well, it's in my name.
Okay, so you got the apartment?
Yes.
And you agreed to split the rent 50-50?
Yes, I did.
Okay, how much was the rent?
The rent was $500.
$500 a month?
Yes, a month.
Where do y'all live? Oh, Dallas. You're in Dallas.
Dallas, yeah.
All right, so $500 a month, but you started having some problems.
Yes, I
What
did.
happened?
When we moved in together, the relationship, it was good, and by the time October got here, it just started to fall apart. He wasn't paying the bills on time. He wasn't, doing what he was supposed to do. He spent most of his time just playing video games, mostly. And eventually, in November, he started not coming home, staying gone, days at a time.
I left
leaving his
in
dog
November.
there for me to, feed and attend. At that point,
And you'd only moved in together in September, so it only been a
Yes.
couple of
No,
months. And you think he was cheating at this point?
Yes.
Were you?
No, I was not. Actually, I left in November. I left in the beginning of November, November 11th, because it was getting too hostile in the house.
What do you mean?
It was not arguing because of the bills. It was arguing because of pretty much anything. If I go somewhere without letting you know or hang out with somebody, it was practically any and everything that he could find.
Okay. He was too possessive, in your opinion?
Yeah,
I
way
was
too
not
possessive. It got to the
Judge.
point where he was yelling, putting his hands in my face, grabbing my arm. He didn't hit me. He didn't put his hands on me, but that's why I left. Then I said, okay, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I don't have to deal with this anymore.
Okay, you say you thought he was cheating, and did you, in fact, put your hands on him?
No, I did not.
You
put
never
my-
touched
I
him? You never grabbed him?
No.
You never did any of those things?
I have never done any of those things. We had.
What had he done that led you to believe that he was cheating?
I saw the proof.
What proof?
The proof in his phone.
Okay, you went through his phone.
Yes, I
And
did.
you found
Without
what?
my permission and didn't find
Well, I didn't ask if it was
I
with your
know.
permission. I understand it's not with you. No one.
Right.
People don't normally give up their phones if they're cheating. I'm not saying you were, but what did you see?
Well, I saw that there was inappropriate messages.
And what did the messages say?
You want to meet up? When can we meet up? You want to chill? Stuff like that. I'm like,
Okay.
that's
Okay,
not
so
cool.
were you chilling? Were you in fact chilling with somebody else? Was it chilling or chilling? You know what I'm saying?
It was just a friend. Friend has a lover, everything else, and he thinks that me and that friend were messing around.
Why do you just assume that there's more going on?
There's more to the
And
story.
also,
One day he stayed gone and he said he was going to get a haircut, and he stayed gone for an hour and a half. And he made an appointment.
Do you know how long it takes for some people to get haircuts? An hour and a half.
Yes, but he made an appointment though, and you know, if you make an appointment, you go there, you get your haircut.
Go to a barbershop and be gone for an hour and a half to get a haircut.
The barbershop was right up the street.
What?
It was right up the street.
You know, people go into the barbershop, they don't just get their haircut. They talk to their boys.
Yes.
They hang out. It's a scene.
Yeah.
You've seen Barbershop the movie.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yes.
So an hour and a half wouldn't be unreasonable, right?
Well, that
But
time
to you, that's a red
wasn't.
flag. An hour, okay. An hour and a half, you're cheating.
Previous
So I couldn't go anywhere.
times of him going to the barber, it was only like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. That's about it.
He is an adult.
Yes,
you
he
know
is.
this, right?
And when my intuition is going to, you know, allow me to pick up on something, I'm going to investigate it. That's just how I am.
Your
So
Honor.
you're CSI now. So my job here is not to find out whether or not he was in fact cheating.
Okay.
Let's talk about the lawsuit. A large part of your lawsuit is the fight. You say it was a fight. You say it was an assault that happened in December.
Yes.
So you go over to the mutual friend's home where he is, and the two of you are discussing their relationship, the alleged cheating, all of these things. How does it end up becoming physical, and how do you get your jaw fractured?
Coming up, the guys take their relationship drama to the next level.
He was this close to my face speaking. I told him to get back.
He ended up kicking my dog into the Christmas tree. I have a little 7-pound dog. Yeah, I know.
You know
It's
what?
not funny.
It's not funny.
I did not kick his
Yes,
dog.
you did kick my dog, and you know that.
Plaintiff Richard Gordon says the relationship ended because his ex-lover cheated on him. He's suing for unpaid rent, utilities, medical bills, loss of property, and related fees. Defendant LaDante Johnson says he owes nothing because he was forced to move out when Richard got physical with him. He's countersuing for harassment and lost wages.
Well, it became physical when Mr. Johnson approached me. He was this close to my face speaking. I told him to get back. You know, I don't need you that close.
That's not true.
Then he grabs my jacket, and as you can, I have pictures of that as well.
Okay.
He grabs my jacket, he rips it apart. It's a leather jacket. And I get up out of my seat. I was punched right here, so I grabbed his neck.
So he rips your leather jacket?
Yes, he rips the leather jacket.
And you get up to grab his neck?
Yes.
Let me see the photo. Okay, did you do that to his jacket?
I grabbed the collar of his shirt and asked him to leave.
So you grabbed him first?
Yes,
and asked him to leave?
Yes.
And is that
when
when the jacket tore?
No, that's when he grabbed me to choke me and pushed me all the way to the couch. And also during that time, he ended up kicking my dog into the Christmas tree. I have a little 7-pound dog. Yeah, I know.
You know
It's
what?
not funny.
It's not funny.
I did not kick his dog.
Yes, you did kick my dog, and you know that.
Stop.
And I have the picture
Wait, you didn't
here.
kick it intentionally?
No, I did not.
You accidentally kicked the dog into
Well,
the
when we
Christmas
were
tree?
fighting, the dog was in the way.
But you
at
just
the
said you
time,
didn't
I
kick
couldn't
the
watch
dog.
my step.
Was the dog injured?
No, he's not injured.
But he
again,
kicked
once
the dog into the Christmas tree.
Once he kicked the dog and I heard my dog yelp, that's when I did get physical with him.
So you put your hands on him first, but you're saying you didn't hit him, you just grabbed him
I just
and told
grabbed
him
him.
he
I did
needs to
not
leave.
hit him.
And that's when he started choking you.
Yeah, and that's when I grabbed him, he immediately started choking me.
So how did you end up kicking the dog?
As we were moving forward, I guess the dog was in the way. And the dog accidentally got hit.
And the dog went flying across into the Christmas tree.
I didn't see that part, Your Honor. I didn't even hear the dog
So the
make
dog
any
ran
noise.
into your foot
Yes.
during this altercation?
Well, the dog was running up. I saw that part, but I didn't see the...
And what were your injuries?
My injuries was my jaw, my left jaw right
What
here.
happened?
When I had him in a headlock, because... Well, can I finish?
He said he didn't do anything, right?
Go ahead.
I had him in a headlock to prevent him from hitting me again. So he hit me again with his elbow. I had him like this. His head was on this side. His arm was right here. His elbow hit me. When his elbow hit me, I heard something crack. So I grabbed his arm, and I didn't know what to do at the time because I'm not a fighter, so I bit his arm.
Oh, God. No.
to try to control him from trying to hit me again. I didn't want to get hit again, Your Honor. I just gave him a little Mike Tyson bite, that's all.
Wow.
You submitted this to me as evidence. I want you to know I've never in my life seen a Facebook post like this, okay? So it's at the end of the year, December 27th. You decide you want to recap your entire year to your Facebook friends.
Yeah.
You really think they care about your entire life for that year?
No.
Because here you are, you write a 3-page status, okay? And I just want to talk about a few things. You say, I started the year ending a relationship that lasted 4 wonderful, loving years. And then you go on and say how that didn't work out. But also around that time, there was another guy who had my attention, Aaron R. Gordon, and you tag his name in the post. You go on to talk about that, and then you say, then in March, he just disappeared, literally stopped talking to me and treated me like I was the plague. It was very confusing, but I moved on. You go on to talk about this person that you reconnected with again, and then a person from your past. You tag that person in your post, and you talk about they come to visit you and how you rekindled a relationship. You thought it was love, but honestly, it was just lust. And then you go on to talk about several other people you meet throughout the year. You tag every single one of these people in your Facebook post, detailing why their relationships did and did not work out. Do you think you're Beyonce and Lemonade or something? People don't want to know all your business like this.
No.
Why are you doing this?
I meant to put it as a note, and I put it as a status, and I removed it afterwards, too, especially
Why are you doing this? Why are you going through and tagging all of these people that you met and dated and putting this on a Facebook post for everyone to read, and then at the end of this long post, you want to get inspirational. The road to success is paved with failure. But here we are.
Unfortunately.
The point of me talking about this is you guys are full of drama. Both of you.
I just want it over. I really want this over.
Coming up on Judge Faith, the exes use social media to put each other on blast.
All I have is the fake profile picture that was created.
This is a profile with your photo and your name, and the location says everywhere like a hoe. Did you write that?
No.
I can't even read the rest of this, actually, because it's too graphic.
Plaintiff Richard Gordon says LaDante dropped the ball on his relationship responsibilities. He's suing for unpaid rent, utilities, medical bills, loss of property, and related fees. Defendant LaDante Johnson says he owes nothing because Richard's bad behavior ended their relationship. He's countersuing for harassment and lost wages.
A person who just wants to move on and wants to let a situation go, they don't write a book like that and tag every single person they came across for the entire year. You tag these people. What do you think that's gonna do?
Nothing.
Start trouble. And you're wondering why you say people are harassing you, you're countersuing for harassment. What's that about?
Well, after the situation happened, within the next year, my car ended up getting keyed. He said that, well, one of the keyings happened.
What proof do you have that the plaintiff did that?
I don't have any proof that he did it.
Because I did.
Because it could have been any one of these people in this Facebook post that
He's the only
you're
one
talking
that's
about
in
and
Dallas.
tagging.
He's the only one that's in Dallas. Everybody else is from everywhere else.
You've met other people in Dallas.
I
can do this, sir.
Okay.
I can do this.
Again,
What
I
proof do
don't
you have that it was the plaintiff? You
I
want
don't
him
have
to
any
pay
proof.
you
That's why
$1,600 for harassment. For what?
I have text messages showing the constant calls and texts. You need to pay me my money. I know you get paid on Wednesday. You need to pay me my $1,000.
He came up to your job and did what?
He came up there the time he was not supposed to work or the day. Where's my money?
True.
You better have my money.
Did you go up to his job?
We both worked there.
Were you working
not.
that day or not?
Yes, I was.
No,
You were
not.
at work that day.
You don't work.
Did you
I
lose your
changed
job?
my
Yes, we
schedule.
both lost our
You
job.
both got
We were
fired.
Sunday. Yes, we
so
both got fired.
that was a management decision. So you want me to pay you for lost wages because your employer decided both of you didn't need to work there anymore for bringing drama to the workplace.
went
Not only were you
outside.
bringing it in your own life and on Facebook, but also to your workplace.
I was trying to get away from
Judge.
him when he came out there.
Judge.
I was
What other
try-
evidence do you have of harassment?
Again, all I have is the fake profile picture that was created of me.
Fake profile on what?
On Jacked
On what?
social account.
So this is a profile with your photo and your name, and the location says everywhere like a hoe. Mm-hmm. Did you write that?
No.
I can't even read the rest of this, actually, because it's too graphic.
And on there it says it has I drive a white Mustang. That's when I came out to my car being keyed.
Do you drive a white Mustang?
Yes, I do drive a white Mustang. But after I went outside, right after seeing that, I seen on my car sleep with my man and keyings on both sides of my car.
Let me see that. That says something?
Yeah, it says sleep with my man. It's hard to see it, but it says sleep with my man. It's on the top of my door.
And this was right after you saw this post?
Like literally right after I saw it.
And what month was this in?
This was in January.
And you have no proof that it was the plaintiff?
I don't have any proof. Then after that, the flattening of my tires as well.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't me, Your Honor.
I don't know who else it could have been.
Coming up, Judge Faith rules. And now, Judge Faith rules.
Here's what I'm going to do, because I'm going to call a lot of this stuff a wash because of the continuous drama you're both inflicting on each other, because you don't know how to you know how to let go. When you moved out in the middle of the month at a time where you had promised him that you would pay rent. You told me earlier you did not pay because you didn't live there that month. Nonetheless, you moved out when you guys had made an agreement, an oral agreement, it's still an agreement, that you would share this apartment and pay for the lease. You say you have your reasons. You say they were justified. I'm not completely convinced of that, so I think the reasonable thing to do is pay 2 months of rent, which is $500. As for the rest of this lawsuit, for your hospital bill, pain and suffering, I find that that was mutual combat that you both engaged in. The bed, loss of property, that's a wash. You both are suing for lost wages. You both lost your jobs because you didn't know how to act. This relationship did not work out. Don't post about it. Don't Snapchat about it. Don't tweet about it. Don't Instagram about it. It's done. It's over. Don't talk about the ruling. Let it go. Because it's a year's worth of stuff that's been going on over a relationship that only lasted a few months. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff, $500. Your counterclaim is dismissed.
I suspected that he was cheating, so I investigated, and I had to play the CSI role, like the judge said.
Honestly, I'm just glad this is all over and finished. So that's what it takes, then good.
Today on Judge Faith, a jilted lover faces off in court with the ex, who he claims treated him like a child and destroyed his property.
I went to go turn on the television. It didn't turn on. I moved the television to try to get the cords in. The TV fell out of the armoire and it broke.
Grant tells me that the TV is not there. I said, okay, well, where is it? He says it's at the repair shop.
Is that what happened? You threw the TV to the bottom of the balcony in the rain?
And later, a truck owner confronts the tow company she claims damaged her repossessed vehicle.
She said, I'm gonna send someone around there to look at the truck and see what I can do for you. If you didn't do the damage, why would you send someone to my house?
And I just wanted to make sure that it didn't happen, so I pulled the condition report that says there wasn't a dent on it when we picked it up.
I can't do your homework for you. Someone caused the damage to the vehicle. The question is, who?
Faith Jenkins. Her distinguished legal career began when she graduated first in her law school class. She quickly became a tough New York City prosecutor, and then a preeminent legal analyst on cable news. And now she's the judge in her own courtroom. Her cases are real, and her rulings are final. She is Judge Faith. Plaintiff Jamel Wiley says after several text wars, his ex-lover kicked him out of the house and nailed the front door shut. He's suing for the value of a television and a VA school loan. Defendant Grant Alfaro says Jamel was a better friend than lover, and he doesn't owe any money because his ex was a freeloader.
All rise. Court is in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Please be seated. Your Honor, the litigants have been sworn in. This is the case of Wiley versus Alfaro.
Thank you, Juan. Jamel Wiley, you are suing the defendant, Grant Alfaro?
Good morning, Your Honor, yes.
Good morning. For $987, 318 of that is for a TV, 568 of that is for a VA bill. You'll explain to me what that is?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So why don't we start from the beginning? You tell me what's going on here. How do you know Mr. Alfaro?
Me and Grant had met in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
We had dated for a little bit. Things didn't work out, so we had agreed to, part ways as far as the relationship went.
So how did you end up living with him and becoming a roommate?
I had been living in Long Beach, and I had enrolled at Los Angeles City College. So what had happened was the commute to Long Beach is a little bit long. I come and, we had came to an agreement that he had...
That you would move in and be a roommate.
Right, I would move in.
When did you move
roommate,
in?
August of 2015.
What was the agreement in terms of how much you would pay?
$425 for rent, Your Honor.
Okay, and so you, sir, had a one-bedroom apartment?
Yes, ma'am.
And you decided to, I guess, sublet a portion of that?
No, ma'am, that's not exactly what happened. What happened is he came to me when we were becoming amicable again, and he said, "Can I move back in?" And I said, "Fine, but here are the guidelines behind it. If you're not gonna pay rent, then you're gonna go to school or you're gonna find a job." He lived this life of Riley without doing anything, wasn't paying rent, wasn't going to school, wasn't finding a job. His excuses were that, well, I can go tomorrow, and it just never happened, and I just was fed up with it.
So how many months did he live with you? He moved in August 2015, and when did he move out, or when did you tell him he needed to leave?
I considered him persona non grata in December.
Okay. In December 2015. And so the two of you actually went to court over this because you told him he had to leave immediately.
Correct.
You actually sued him
I did, Your
in
Honor.
court and won a judgment, $300 and the return of your property, right?
That's correct.
That's not correct. We actually, mediation, we agreed to mediated terms. We didn't actually win the judgment.
Right.
So you went to mediation?
Yes, ma'am.
And so the settlement terms were?
He would pay
that's a
me
good point,
$300.
$300
Yes, ma'am.
and the return of his property.
That's correct.
And so the only piece of property you are now here litigating is the return of your television, right?
That's correct.
What kind of
Your Honor.
TV is it?
It's a Samsung 40-inch television.
Okay, where's the TV?
The TV was tossed. The TV fell and broke when
It fell?
Well, he disconnected the power from the
broke
television.
it.
So when I tossed him out, I went to go turn on the television. It didn't turn on. I moved the television to try to get the cords in. The TV fell out of the armoire and it broke. The screen broke.
So the entire time he lives with you, the TV is just fine.
Well, yes,
but when
he
you
never
throw him
disconnected.
out,
Yes, ma'am.
immediately after throwing him out, somehow that TV falls and breaks.
Coming up, the exes argue over the details of a mediation agreement.
The determination was that he would accept $300. The television and the cost of rent were included in that $300.
Why am I going to accept $300 for back rent plus a $400 TV?
And later, a car owner confronts the repo company she claims put an expensive dent in her truck.
He gets in my truck and he took off like a bat out of hell.
Okay.
And they said this is how my truck came to them with the dent in it.
Do you know how the truck got damaged?
No, it wasn't there on our lot.
Plaintiff Jamel Wiley says Grant destroyed his property and harassed him. He's suing for the value of a television and a VA school loan. Defendant Grant Alfaro says he doesn't know because he didn't do anything wrong.
So, but you went to mediation,
Yes, ma'am.
and did you not discuss this in mediation that
Yes,
the
ma'am.
TV fell and broke?
We did, ma'am, and what the determination was that he would accept $300, and the television and the cost of rent were included in that $300.
Is that true?
That's not true.
What do you say?
That's not true.
Do you have any mediation papers with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, may I see them, please?
Yes, ma'am.
So you mean to tell me when I look at these mediation papers, that TV was not a part of that $300 settlement?
No, the TV was not part of the $300 settlement.
Okay, because if it is, I'm throwing your entire case out right now.
When we went to court, he owed me $425 in back rent. That doesn't even make any sense for me to accept. Why am I going to accept $300 for back rent plus a $400 TV?
Okay,
that
so let me take a look at
make
this.
Sense.
Let me take a look at this. The way this is written out, there's $300 that you agree to pay in addition to allowing the plaintiff to collect all personal possessions at 11 a.m. on February 28th. The issue here is it doesn't say what those personal possessions, it doesn't list what those personal possessions are. So what happens on that day? Do you not get the TV on that day?
The mediator, when she had discussed it with me, she said, so how is it gonna work? And I said, it's gonna be everything that's listed on the personal property list that I had emailed to him. He had sent me an email requesting a personal property list.
Where's the list?
The list is right here. I have the list right here.
Let me see it.
Your Honor, the personal property list indicates the television was damaged already.
I understand that, but even if it's damaged, he wants it. He says it's his property, so let's talk about it.
Well, it's not his property, Your Honor. We both bought the television together.
No, Mr. Alfaro. I already have emails that you've submitted into evidence where you say that he can get the TV and you will give him the TV. Do I really have to go through all of this?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So the TV is listed on here as a part of his personal property that he is coming to retrieve. What happened with the TV on February 28th?
Okay, so on February 28th, I come to get it. Grant tells me that the TV is not there. I said, okay, well, where is it? He says it's at the repair shop. I said, okay, well, do you have like an invoice for it? Do you have?
Where was the TV on February 28th?
It was tossed. I tossed it after it broke. It was taken initially to the repair shop to see if it would be repaired. It could not be repaired.
Do you have any proof that you took it to a repair shop?
No, I do not. I tossed.
What did you pay them?
I didn't pay anything. They just looked at it. The screen was broken. So I tossed the television.
Let me see what else you have.
So when I sent him the, basically the stipulation agreement, I went to the court and I asked them to enforce the settlement agreement.
Sir, give him back this iPad. We're about to wrap this up right now.
So I did want to talk to you about the VA benefits, Your Honor.
Listen, we're done. Text messages right here. You tell him you want the TV back, fine, come and get it. It's in 1,000 pieces at the bottom of the balcony in the rain. Come pick it up. That's exactly what you wrote. Show me the value of the television. You're not getting $500 at refund for your schoolwork because you missed school because of all the drama between the two of you. If you can't handle the stress of the matter, then that's on you. But I'm not ordering him to pay you $500 because you missed school.
That wasn't the,
Show me the value of the television, sir.
That wasn't the case, Your Honor. It wasn't because I couldn't handle the stress. I was going to school.
Are you going to show me the value of the TV?
Yes, ma'am. I have it right there.
Okay, I don't need your commentary. Is that what happened? You threw the TV to the bottom of the balcony in the rain?
Yes.
Why are you wasting my time? Why are you wasting my time?
I wasn't wasting your time, Your Honor.
Depreciated value of the television, $250, judgment for the plaintiff. Good luck.
I think it was a fair ruling. I just wish that we could have got to the point about talking about, the fact that he had locked me out. And due to that I didn't, I wasn't able to attend school, so he was actually responsible for it.
Well, I feel it was a little harsh. I think that the entire case was not able to be presented correctly, but she made her ruling, and I respect it.
Plaintiff LaToya Brazier says a defendant's company towed her repossessed truck and put a big old dent in her bumper. She's suing for vehicle damage and pain and suffering. Defendant Sarah Blackwell says she doesn't know because she checked the condition report and the dent wasn't there when they dropped it off at the repo lot. She's accompanied in court today by her husband, Buck Buckner.
LaToya Brazier?
Yes.
You were suing the defendant, Sarah Blackwell, for $5,000 you say she owes you for vehicle damage and pain and suffering?
Yes.
And I understand all of this is a result of your car being repossessed and towed. You said that they're responsible for some damage on the car, and you're suing for $2,500 for vehicle repairs, monthly car payments for March and April, travel expenses, and $1,000 in pain and suffering.
Yes, Your Honor.
And now you're at the max, which is $5,000.
Yes.
Okay, and you're going to tell me why you believe the defendants owe you $5,000, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
In November, the second week of November, I called my loaner, the company, and told them that I was no longer can afford my car payments. Mm-hmm. So they told me that Bulldog was going to come pick up my truck.
Bulldog is the name of your company?
Yes.
Okay, and what do you do?
I own a repossession company.
Okay, and do you own this with your husband? You're the husband?
Yes.
Okay.
And I get a call from Sarah and she told me that she was gonna send someone around there to pick up my truck. So I told her, okay. So when I came home from work, she called me and asked me, was I at home? Was my truck drivable? I said yes.
What kind of truck is it, ma'am?
It's a 2004 Mercury Mountaineer.
So this is sort of a best case scenario for you when there is a customer. You don't have to go around looking for a car, wait for the right opportunity to tow it. It's an agreed upon time and date, and you're just going to pick it up. So you know no one's going to run outside yelling, hey, what are you doing with my car, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you send your son and husband to go and pick up the truck, and what happens?
Her son came to my door, and I turned over the keys to him, and the son, he gets in my truck, and he took off like a bat out of hell.
How old is your son?
It wasn't my son that, it was...
It was a trainee that I was training.
Oh, it was a trainee. It wasn't your son.
I was going to send my son, but instead I sent a new rider with him to go pick it up.
Oh, okay. And did you see him driving like a bat out of hell in her truck?
He didn't drive like a bat out of hell. I'm in a tow truck myself, which does not drive like a bat out of hell.
Okay.
They drove away normally.
Okay, because you say there was damage to your truck once you got it back, and that damage wasn't on there when you released it to them.
Exactly.
So tell me what happened.
The thing is, when Boy Dog picked up my truck, no damage to my truck at all. When I get my truck, the lenders called me and asked me January 15th, 16th, did I want to get my truck back? I said no because I didn't have the money at the time. I did my income taxes. I filed those. I got my tax return back. I decided to get my truck back because if I didn't, it would go on my credit.
Well, it's still going to be on your credit as a repossession.
Yes.
But it'll look better for you if you can get it back.
If I can get it back. So that's what I done. I went and paid the $546 the 17th of February.
Where was the truck at that time?
It was at a repo lot.
So how do you know they caused the damage?
Coming up on Judge Faith, can the party responsible for the dent be determined?
And they also showed me a picture of my truck.
Where's the photo that they showed you?
I didn't get the photo from them.
They went there in December. It was there till February when she picked it up.
So why do you think they're responsible for the damage?
Plaintiff Latoya Brazier says Sarah's tow company put a dent in her bumper. She's suing for vehicle damage and pain and suffering. Defendant Sarah Blackwell says she doesn't know because they didn't cause the damage.
Let's see the photos of the damage you say was on the truck. That's the dent in the front?
Yes.
Did you all cause this damage?
No.
No.
Do you know how the truck got damaged?
No, it wasn't there on our lot.
Okay, so what happened how long did you have the truck in your possession?
30 days.
30 days, and then the lien holder picks it up?
They send the auction to pick it up.
So when you go to the auction to buy the truck back,
yes.
At this point, they're not in the picture anymore, right?
Yes.
And so why do you think they're responsible for the damage?
The thing is, when I got over to the auction, they made me sign this letter here, and they also showed me a picture of my truck. When they brought my truck into the auction, my truck had the dent in it.
Where's the photo that they showed you?
I didn't get the photo from them. They weren't releasing the photo to me.
You're saying they showed you a photo and it had a dent in it when, okay.
And they said this is how my truck came to them with the dent in it.
And you don't have a photo of that?
No, I do not.
Who took the truck to the auction?
The auction sends a transport company to pick it up. But it was there, it went there in December. It was there till February when she picked it up. And I don't know anything about when they took this picture or...
So you know that you have an option not to buy the truck if it has a dent and it's damaged, right? Because it's not your truck anymore. You owed money to the lenders. That's just the bottom line. But you made a choice to go and buy this truck again. You did not have to do that. You understand that, right?
Yes,
But I
do.
understand why you want to, because it will help your credit.
My credit, yes.
I understand why you want to. You're still going to have a repossession on your credit, but you basically bought a damaged car. And you telling me they have photos, but I don't have the photos. You have no evidence
and also
to support that.
Miss Sarah said that she was going to send someone around to my house. When I called her on the 19th of February and told her about my truck, she said, I'm going to look into your file and see what happened. She said, I'm going to send someone around there to look at the truck and see what I can do for you. If you didn't do the damage, why would you send someone to my house? Someone
and did you have that
never
conversation?
showed up.
We did, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm always trying to make everybody right, and I just wanted to make sure that it didn't happen. So I pulled the condition report that says there wasn't a dent on it when we picked it up.
the dent came from somewhere, right? The question is who's responsible, and the key piece of evidence that you say is out there that exists, you don't have anything to corroborate that in court today.
Coming up, Judge Faith rules. And now, Judge Faith rules.
So here's what we have. We have a $5,000 case. $2,500 of it is for repairs to your vehicle. And I haven't seen your estimate, so I don't even know if that damage is worth $2,500, but let's just assume it is for a second. The other parts of your case, pain and suffering, this is not a pain and suffering case. You're asking for March and April car payments. They're not responsible for those things. I'm just judging this case based on the $2,500 you're asking for in repairs. Here's what I have. I have this car being repossessed by this company who's here today. They had the truck for 30 days, and then the auction lot had it for 2 months. Someone caused the damage to the vehicle. The question is, who? Was it the repossession company or was it the auction lot? Here, when you purchased the car again in February, you signed a waiver releasing the auction from any liability whatsoever. So I understand now why they're not a party to this lawsuit, and you want me to hold them responsible for the damage to the truck. The best piece of evidence, the only piece of evidence you told me, which I would find convincing, is that the auction lot has something that exonerates them completely. Before you signed this waiver, you should have gotten that evidence. I can't do your homework for you. I can't go out and research these issues on your behalf. When you come into court, you have to be prepared to prove your case. And I'm just not convinced. Judgment in this case for the defendants.
They know they totaled my car, put the damage in my car, and now I'm responsible to pay for the damage, and I still have to pay to get my car fixed.
Advice for future people getting their car repoed.
Make your payments.
Yeah.